the Los Angeles Rams. How did you feel about them going with, the pint-sized wide receiver in the second round in 𝗬𝗢𝗥𝗓𝗡?
Well, the first thing is it's like the Rams couldn't even be bothered with the draft. I mean, they trade away all their picks. They trade away the picks to get the top quarterback in the draft. Then they trade him away in a bunch of picks. They don't go to the Senior Bowl. They don't go to pro days. It's like, they couldn't be bothered with the draft. And then, they make selections after selections that are kind of head scratching, but they're winning. They're competitive. And as long as they stay that way, you can't complain about it. They'll find a way to complain about it. 𝗬𝗢𝗥𝗓𝗡 I had as a 4th round pick. They took him in round 2. I mean, they know how to use that type of player. I just don't see how a 150-pound player, or a guy that weighs 150 pounds, is 5'8", is going to succeed at the next level, or at least should have been a 2nd round pick. I like 𝗬𝗢𝗥𝗓𝗡 on film, but I mean, the guy's going to get knocked over by a gust of wind. Obviously you're going to use him in the slot. You're going to use him as a return specialist. Was he worth the 2nd round pick? I don't know. Ernest Jones around 3. I like Ernest Jones a lot. He's more of a run and chase type of linebacker, real good against the run, average in coverage. I had him as a 4th rounder. They took him in the 3rd round. Bobby Brown, I think, will add some depth to the defensive line. He's a quick sort of 3-technique type of tackle, built low to the ground. He's got a great first step. Robert Rochelle has got terrific upside. The cornerback from Central Arkansas. Some people thought day 2. He's got size. He's got speed. He flashes ball skills. He's just got to learn to make plays with his back to the ball. I thought Jacob Harris was a very interesting pick. Jacob Harris, they have him listed as a wide receiver. As I said in my scouting report at Pro Football Network, put 10 pounds on him and change him to a move tight end. Catches the ball very well, 225 pounds. Ran in the 4.3s during his pro day, which I think shocked everybody, which is really what moved Jacob Harris from a guy who was probably not going to be drafted into the middle rounds. And I think you can use him as that move sort of tight end, which the Rams like. Ernest Brown in round 5. I like Ernest Brown, but again, I thought it was a round or 2 earlier. He's a terrific edge rusher. He's a guy who's very athletic. He's got decent size. He's got growth potential, but he's also had some injury concerns. Jake Funk was a guy who I wrote about literally 3 days before the draft, how he's moving up draft boards. Another guy who, like Ernest Brown, has had injury issues in the past, although Jake Funk's have been pretty serious. But he's a real good ball carrier. He's a good pass catcher. He's a situational back for the next level. Ben Swarnick from Notre Dame by way of Northwestern. Big, tall pass catcher. Comes away with a lot of highlight reel grabs. He's going to struggle to separate. Had a major foot injury at the Senior Bowl. I believe it was a Jones fracture is what it was. We were the first ones to report it at Pro Football Network. I don't know how he fits at the next level or how he fits in the Rams offense. Chris Garrett, the edge rusher from Concordia, is an interesting pick. I'm glad to see he got drafted. He's athletic. He's built more like a 4-3 outside linebacker, but he's very forceful up the field. And I think he's a guy that on those 3rd down pass rushing situations, you can use him out of a 3-point stance, or you can stand him over tackle.
And with their UDA signings, they signed somebody who had a lot of talk in the draft cycle early, and then fell off. He obviously did not have a good pro day. Safety Paris Ford. How did you like their free agent signings overall?
I think Paris Ford wish he didn't have a bad pro day. He had a disastrous pro day, which basically dropped him down 4 rounds, ran in the 4.9s. I mean, geez. Well, I don't know. Anyway, it was overall, I mean, Alaric Jackson, the offensive tackle from Iowa, was a solid signing. Javon Grant from Merrimack, the safety, didn't play last year, but a lot of scouts like him. Max Roberts, the edge rusher from Boston College by way of Maine, is an interesting guy to watch. Sort of like their 7th round pick, Chris Garrett, in the sense that he's an undersized linebacker type pass rusher that can come out of a 3-point stance or stand over tackle. Troy Warner, the safety from BYU, your typical BYU safety. Not real athletic, but smart, tough, and knows how to make plays when the ball's in the air or against the ball carrier.